Well, this is a very different video from me. Ended up at a show, which I thought I'd never ever go to. A Monster Jam. Hey, we all know Monster Jam, particularly if you're in the USA. I've watched it on TV before, occasionally. I wouldn't say I'm an avid watcher of this type of event. My son has always had Monster Jam trucks and things, and a few playsets along the way. I think I've looked at those over the years, but I ended up at this show. I think I explained it in a little talk-through of how I ended up here. And I'll tell you what, I was actually very impressed with what I saw going on. I did go to the pit party. That's where you get up close and personal to the monster trucks and also the drivers as well, and they will spend time with you, assigning things, getting photographs. In fact, you never heard them say no. I think it was a very, very strong aspect of this show. I'll be quite honest here, I was amazed at how strong the subculture of people who follow this type of motorsport is. I thought I knew about Monster Jam, but I know nothing. When I went up and had a closer look at what goes on, apart from being, a motorsport, it's a very tight entertainment package which has got merchandise and a big stadium event that is something that you remember for a long time. In fact, the next day my ears are still remembering the event. I'm at the Sydney Monster Jam something. I don't know how I ended up here. I think I clicked on that online and ended up at this place. Paid a lot of money. It's a bit weird. Nobody knows me here. They're all Monster Jam fans. And I don't normally look at Monster Jam on my channel. It's actually been half refreshing. But this actually looks very, very good. I've been very impressed with the way people have been signing everything that is the drivers. And the general family-friendly feel of this event. It's lovely. And people are looking at me like I'm silly because I'm talking to my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, no, am I silly? Do you think I'm silly? Hey? There you go. He thinks I'm totally mad. And thank you for your crazy flag waving in the background there. Lovely. Woo! The part that surprised me but didn't surprise me was how hard and fast the merchandise sold. I bought a fair bit myself. I'm not even going to discuss how much I spent. It's one of those days where you don't think about how much you spend, you just revel in the day. And I was just amazed at how many Gravedigger fans are there, and the queue for Gravedigger to get the driver signing your merchandise or whatever. There was all sorts of things being signed and photographs and whatever else. The queue was long, and it was long all day long. That was an eye-opener for me. And I still just can't get my head around what is it about Gravedigger. I'm sure the Monster Jam fans will explain that for me in the comments in this video. This is an event I nearly didn't go to. It was so close for me not to click on this ad and follow all of the things to make you buy tickets. But in the end, I'm very pleased that I went to see this. It was really, really dynamic. And you're sort of thinking, well, you just sit back and watch it on TV. You don't need to go to the event. Well, there is a particular thing about this event when you see it live versus TV. Now that I've experienced both, it's a very dynamic event. It's very, very loud. It's almost like chest slapping in a sense. It's the sort of thing, it's a feast for the eyes. The audience interaction is amazing as well. Just the whole stadium feel, it's great. It's something that you just look at this thing and you go, wow, and it's just amazing. And the trucks perform, they do different things, and you're hoping for crashes, and of course there always are crashes and the things that go crazy. At the show I was at, there was the racing to start with, like the qualifying thing, then there was a wheelie competition. Then there was the freestyle, and in amongst all of that, there were monster trucks doing donuts. There was a 360 jumps by some of them as well. It's very dynamic. But all in all, it was a very tight entertainment package that really delivered a big punch. It was well worth going to. What has been very nice is I've asked for a number of times to get a bit of video of someone's banner they've made, custom-made banner, or some signatures on clothing on the back of children's shirts. Everyone has been obliging. I do ask permission to get little bits of footage, and it has been really nice. The crowd here is very, very friendly. It's a very enlightening event. I hope that's a nice word for it. I like it here a lot. So does my son. He's just here. Don't know if he's doing much banner waving there. Normally he's in the background going mad with his flag. Well, I'd like to show you some highlights of the show that I saw, and I was using this little Sony camera with the digital zoom turned on. Normally you don't have digital zoom. It's the camera that I hate, but in the end I love the steady shot on it. It's funny, you hate lots of things about some things, and then there's that one thing that you like that gets you out of trouble. The problem for me is, at the show, there was all this copyright music being played behind each truck's performance, so hopefully the exhaust notes will drown out much of that music, but I may have to do some special wizardry to try and hide the music, or else the copyright monster on YouTube can pick out just a couple of bits of the tune, and then somehow this video gets owned by that song. Anyway, we'll see how we go, and there are actually many little snippets of highlights that happened during the night. Again, it was a fantastic night of entertainment. Maybe there's some people who are saying, well, big deal, Leo, it's Monster Jam. We see that every couple of months where we live, but it's a fairly exotic event to go to in Australia. I think it's only been to Australia 4 times. I really thought it was to be like a male-dominated macho sort of thing, but what did surprise me, and surprised my son as well, was the amount of little girls and also mums who are into Monster Jam, and I saw lots of girls carrying little Monster Jam trucks like the Hot Wheels one. That's really great to see, and there are also 2 female drivers in the show that we were watching. Monster Mutt Dalmatian is the driver Candice Jolly, and also El Toro Loco was driven by Becky McDonough. I hope I've said the names right there, but it's actually a lot of girl power going on in what seems like a very male-dominated event, and hey, nothing wrong with that. There were lots of girls at this show. Maybe you're curious about the camera I use. I did say I was on digital zoom to shoot most of this, and normally you don't go onto digital zoom because you start to lose resolution. It's the Sony RX100-4. It's a camera that I bought to basically shoot stuff at 1,000 frames a second, but it can only do high-speed captures at 2 seconds, so it's virtually useless for anything like that. I also found that the camera on a hot sunny day will just overheat and melt down and shut down, so I don't like that. But then again, basically it's a very compact and small stills camera which has the ability to take video, and its ability to take video, it's actually not bad if you're just shooting normal things. Everything's just set on automatic exposure. And what is amazing with this camera, and as I've found of many Sony products in the past, is the steady shot is amazing. I haven't had to steady the footage up in this. It's basically handheld. I'm way up in the stands. Sure, I'm using digital zoom, but boy oh boy, has it cranked out a beautiful steady bit of footage here. I'm actually very, very pleased with that, and hopefully you can see that in the video that I'm showing you. And I'm only talking here because I'm super fearful of bits of music being caught up by the Content ID monster on YouTube. Gravedigger was the last monster truck to do her freestyle. I'm assuming Gravedigger is a she, that is, the truck is, not the driver. And almost right on cue, Gravedigger has a bit of a crash and roll, which was very entertaining. That's what we want to see. I've only showed you brief snippets of the show. It was an amazing show, well worth going to see, well worth to get out of my comfort zone to go and see something I normally don't look at. All during the show they were spruiking their link, monsterjam.com. Just go onto Google and type that, you'll find their webpage, and there is a wealth of information about the trucks, the drivers, the events that are coming up, and also the results of the show that you'll see in this video here. Without me boring you with all of the names and exactly what happened, which I would get wrong, you can go direct to their website and find out. That link will be in the info area of this video, and I better leave this video here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing something a little bit different from me. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.